And I would say it was one of the best restaurants in New York. I mean, really top-class food. Oh, by the way, I saw Steve Bannon there, and he asked me to pass on his regards. Thank you for all you've done.
I like to think I might have had some influence on the Republicans in the recent electoral cycle. I've been saying for many years, and I know a lot of really prominent people do listen to the show.
Yeah, I know that, but the last thing you want is people suspecting you of being on the Trump payroll, you know what I mean? Especially when I'm not getting commission. So, basically, I just wanted to talk to you for a bit about, you know, what you're doing, the direction you're going, and all that kind of...
Don't you hate?
What?
Being right, I know I do. Yesterday I put out this video.
Steph, listen to me, please. Basically, I think the show should be restructured. Maybe a new name, like the STEFAN MOLYNEUX Philosophy Channel. Drop the word show. And let's be honest, you can't call it a show when you're gonna be talking about people getting their fucking heads cut off.
It is not an argument. I've been saying this for 10 years. If we give up the argument, we give up civilization. If we lose the words, we get the extra S and the words turn into swords.
Oh, that's clever.
That's how it goes. We speak or we beat.
That's another thing, Molly. You remember years ago we sat down and watched Monty Python? And we saw that Not an Argument sketch, and I said to you, hey, Steph, that'd be a great catchphrase for you. And it's been good, but you can't keep using the same old catchphrase.
For 10 years, I have been saying, what is an argument? The necessity of the argument. I'm working on a book about.
Oh, no, Steph, not another book. What's the point?
I don't know what that means.
We can't sell any of your books.
Go and find the library.
Steph, you had one book in that library, and it's there because you put it there hoping that someone would read it. Now, don't deny it because the librarian told me they've got you on CCTV. Actually, somebody did take the book out, but it was returned the next day with a very disgusting drawing of a penis on the inside cover.
Why do they do this? Why?
Well, let's be honest.
Why?
Because it wasn't a good book, that's why. Steph, do you remember what the critics said? Actually, I've got a couple on the wall here. Just give me... yeah, here we are. I have seen 14-year-olds write better books than this. And the other one is, insipid nonsense, not worth the trouble of reading. Now, there you are.
I don't give a shit about what they say. I don't care, basically.
Well, you should care. Now, I've written out a list of things I think would help improve the channel. So allow me just to go through some points with you and
Hang on. Stop doing that. That is so annoying.
What?
I'm not preventing you from doing anything. Oh, allow me to do this.
Hey, calm down.
Let me finish. If you cut me off again, I'm just going to hang up. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
If you've got great things to teach me, I'm happy to hear. So I guess I'm questioning, since you've claimed expertise in an area that I have been working in for 34 years, and I have the biggest and most popular philosophy show in the world. We got millions of listeners. People are dying to call in. They've got to wait forever to get a conversation with me. And
Steph, sorry to interrupt you, Steph. I agree with you 100%. But what you did there, people don't like that. That kind of self-praise stuff.
I'm a very smart guy. I don't take pride in that.
But Steph, you're coming across as kind of, arrogant. People don't like that. I mean, the New York wastewater department processes about, millions of tons of shit every day, but they don't brag about it. Listen, Steph, I feel that your channel's kind of becoming a bit old hat, getting a bit stale. Now, point one, and I hate to say this, but you're gonna have to get rid of Mike DeMarco.
Why?
Well, basically, I can't stand his fucking voice. You know, all that... Dear Stefan, my girlfriend left me, and I think it's because I've got acne. What can I do about it? And that's from James. Jesus. And the other reason is, well, I hate to say this to you, Steph, but people are starting to talk, Whispers are going around about you and Mike. I'll leave it there. Moving on. Point 2. The shows are too long. I mean, the pauses you put in between words are ridiculous.
That's crap.
So you're denying it?
I hesitate.
No, you don't hesitate. You almost go into a fucking coma, and people get bored with it.
If people found me boring, it's their problem.
And that 5-hour Christmas special? Jesus Christ. You and all your friends congratulating each other on how wonderful you all are? Do you realize that 31,960 people died in the world during that 5-hour period? And it wouldn't surprise me if a bunch of them were your subscribers.
Oh, come on!
Still talking, Steph. Still talking. Point 3. No more discussions about God. You're a fucking atheist, remember? The next step is discussing the existence of goblins and fucking fairies. It's crazy. Okay, point 4. Disassociate yourself from Alex Jones and that English prick, Paul Joseph, I've got a really boring voice, Watson. Now I realize by appearing on each other's shows, you all increase your subscriptions, which means, of course, more money. Pretty much what you try to do with PewDiePie, but failed miserably.
You know, if you're going to come at me, you know, with a full interstellar bag of douchebaggery...
Still talking, Steph, still talking. Point 5. Stop doing the truth about Walt Disney movies or family movies in general. I mean, what's next? The truth about Mickey Mouse and his communist connections? Christ. Still talking, Steph, still talking. Point 6. No more shows about spanking. It's sending out the wrong kind of messages.
Anti-spanking messages have been around since the post-war period. They're not that new. And,
Does it ever occur to you that you're encouraging people who are into spanking? Listen to this. There's a place right here in New York called Dorothy's Dungeon. Now you can imagine what that's about. You know what they got on the menu? They've got the Steffi Spank, named after you. That means people come and they pay $20 and they get their ass slapped by some bitch in leather or something.
not an argument. It's not an argument.
No? Well, listen to this. They've got another thing called the Molly Mall. That's M-A-U-L, the Molly Mall. You know what that is? You go into a cubicle, and some guy who's built like a fucking gorilla on steroids gives you verbal abuse and then beats the crap out of you.
Those of us engaged in attempting
Steph,
to bring...
sorry for interrupting again. Now, I realize when you get out of bed in the morning, you must think, what the hell am I going to talk about today? Because it's the same old stuff, isn't it? Trump, the Muslims, IQ, all that shit. But I've come up with an alternative idea. You can still do some shows, but cut it down by, I don't know, 60%. But this is my plan. Why don't we take you out on the road? The STEFAN MOLYNEUX Roadshow.
Not interested.
But why?
I mean, are you kidding me?
Why not? You can sing, you can dance.
Dance! No!
Oh, come on, Steph. You've also got a great sense of humor. You could do some great gags. And listen, I think you've got another talent that hasn't been tapped yet. Hypnotism.
Fuck!
Now, don't be angry. Let me explain. You know when you've done one of your shows about a terror attack and lots of people are dead, and you always end up staring at the camera, you say a few words, and you've got that creepy look on your face that the eyes seem to hypnotize as you look in the lens. Oh, and by the way, when you're staring into the camera, trying to keep perfectly still for 5 seconds, people have noticed your left arm reaching out to switch your camera off. It kind of spoils the illusion. So what do you say? Little bit of hypnosis.
There's no... I mean, what would the point be?
The point would be you could get some girls on the stage and get them to take the clothes off.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. It's show business. Steph, I'll be honest with you. Your show's going down the tubes. You're doing it all wrong. You need to get out the house, Steph. You could bring your daughter along. Now, I know you do all that homeschooling stuff, but you could do that on the tour bus.
I don't think she'd particularly enjoy being dragged around to these kinds of things. And,
Steph, you could do shows on Saturdays and Sundays just for the kids. I know you don't like it, but you know how you're known as the talking coconut. We could get a costume made up, you know, like a big giant coconut. The kids could call you Mr. Coconut. And your daughter could play the xylophone, and every now and again she could hit your shell, and it could make a funny noise, and the kids would love it. And hey, you could tell stories about Socrates, then do a sort of question and answer thing about it later. I've got a friend who could supply us with little chocolate coconuts, you know, with your face on it. You could give it out to the kids as prizes or something. What do you say? Steph? Oh, come on, Steph.
I'm not doing that kind of stuff.
Steph, we could clean up, make a lot of money.
Well, then you haven't really. I mean, either you haven't been listening to me for years, or you've been listening to me, and you simply don't have a single clue what I'm doing.
Oh, Steph, don't start crying.
I built this show from nothing. From nothing.
Listen, Steph, why don't we... Oh, excuse me. Hello? Oh, no, send them right in. Yep. Thanks, Margaret. Stefan, you'll never guess who's just arrived. The professor. Maybe you should have a word with him. Give me a second. Hi, Fritz, come in. Yeah, I got Stefan on the phone. I think you should have a few words with him. He's not doing so good. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone, Steph. Here's Fritz to talk to you. Hello, Stefan.
Fritz, how you doing?
I'm fine, but, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Well, I'm not sure if that is accurate, but, you know, Stefan, I've been your psychiatrist now for many years, and it's my opinion that you're quite unwell.
Okay, got it. What evidence do I have that this is true?
Well, I've been watching many of your shows, and your behavior is, well, to be honest, not normal.
You know, anyone can say anything. I can say, Fritz, I'm the best singer that has ever been born. And at some point you might say, well,
in your dreams, buddy. Joe, please, don't interrupt. Sorry. Stefan, you have missed the last 3 appointments with me, and that is not good. Your condition is deteriorating, and I can see lots of opposition to you on the YouTube channel. I'm afraid that if you don't correct the situation, you will be finished.
I can't handle it when people don't like something that I'm doing.
Doc, I've been trying to convince them to get out the house, get out on the road, and do a show, something different. Well, that sounds like a good idea to me. But what do you think, Stefan?
People have been telling me this for...
Telling you what?
Maybe you're right.
Right about what?
Maybe it's happened. Maybe the time.
You're doing your long fucking pauses again. Joe, don't interrupt. He's very fragile at the moment. Oh, God. Come on, Steph. Say what you feel.
I don't even want to say it. Maybe the time for arguments is past. Maybe this battle has moved beyond words. Perhaps my job is over.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I am done. There are no more arguments to be made.
Stefan, I'd like you to relax, okay? Remember we did this before? Just relax and go into some deep breathing. That's good. In and out. Now when I say the words Alakazam, Alakazoo, you will be under my spell, under my control, okay? Hey, Fritz, are you gonna hypnotize him? That is correct. Now, do you think you could teach him how to do that? Please, leave me alone for the moment, okay? No, it's just that I suggested that to him earlier, you know, for the road show. Joe, why don't you fuck off and leave me with my patient, okay? Okay, sorry. Now just relax, Stefan, just relax. Alakazam, Alakazoo. I am now in control of your mind. Now, Stefan, tell me how you are feeling.
It's not my fucking fault that that's a fact.
Can you tell me what you mean by
It's not
that?
my fault. Do you know who sent Fritz to me?
No, tell me.
I'll tell you who sent Fritz to me.
Tell me, Stefan, are you hearing the voices in your head again?
I do know this, that I'm going to stand out here and I'm going to try and disrupt their magic spell.
And how will you do that, Stefan? Will you do it from your studio?
With my electrical voice amplification box and attempt to disrupt the magic of the spell that they're casting.
Stefan, I would like you to go to your bedroom and get your accordion. Accordion? Then go to the bathroom and wait for my command, okay? Hey, Doc, I didn't know he played the accordion. Well, he doesn't play it very well, but it's something I teach all my patients to do it. Music calms them down a little, even though it's badly played. And why does he have to go to the bathroom? He likes the sound in there. It's that kind of echo effect. Stefan, can you hear me, please? Stefan, I hope he's okay. Would you like to play some music for me? Hello? Stefan? Hey, Steph! Hey. There you are. Ha! He's good now. Thank God. Wow. That's his favorite song, you know. Yeah, I know. Oh, nice to hear. Thank God. Not perfect, but... So what do you think's wrong with him, Doc? He's suffering from extreme narcissism. Just like his hero, Donald Trump, who's going to make America great again. Stefan's going to save the Western civilization. And Donald Trump is always telling us how smart he is, and Stefan does much the same kind of thing. And Donald Trump is a habitual liar, and so is Stefan. Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. Okay, I suggest we leave him alone. He'll be fine. Are you sure, Doc? Yes. I mean, no, he's fine. We'd leave him here. Hey, Fritz, do you want to go for a beer? That sounds like a very good idea. Okay, let's go. There's a nice little bar right next to Dorothy's dungeon. Oh, that sounds very interesting.